Hello, everybody. Welcome to the ToV Backstage show prep for the ToV Podcast number 44, which will be Memes Till Midnight. So technically, this should be a short meeting, but probably not. Probably
Shouldn't
not.
it be no memes till midnight?
Huh? No, there will be
Doesn't
memes to midnight.
Yeah, but it sounds like the no sleep till Brooklyn.
I don't know what that means.
No memes to midnight.
Okay, I don't know that song.
No?
No. Pop culture, totally out.
Interesting.
Yep.
I'm surprised. It's an older song. I'm not trying to imply anything.
No. Well, you'd be surprised, and actually, I mean, I do because we're let's see here. What day is it? It's it's Tuesday, December 12th, time of this recording. And so this Friday, which is the 15th, I will be turning 41. Because it'll be my birthday. Yay! And that just tells me that I'm 39 years away from 80.
Yeah. Ooh.
And he goes, ooh.
It's not how you're supposed to use the calendar, Ryan. That's not how you work that.
That's not how I do the math.
No.
Anyway.
You don't look the opposite direction. Yeah, I mean, I guess you can look at it as I am 9 years away from my midlife crisis.
Oh,
but
yeah, I got that to look forward to as well, don't I?
Alright, so
anyway, hello everybody. I'm Ryan, aka Tales of a How. This is Sir JoeCrazy, or Sir Joe Lazy, as we were kind of talking about. That I understand the feeling of, and I think there's actually a meme for it, to where like video editors, they could waste from like 9 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. They're just wasting time, and then from like the last 5 hours of the day, then they're just rushing to get everything edited.
Yeah, I mean I think that's with any field that requires a creative process. Mm-hmm. My laziness is more of just diving back into the grind of making content. Mm-hmm. I just was working my butt off day after day for a couple months, and now I'm just like, all right, I have the time now. You come home from work at 3 o'clock, jump in, Joe. And I passed right out. And then I wake up at 5. I'm like, all right, I'll play some Siege. Or hey, Fortnite has a new Lego mode. Let's go check that out.
Yeah, Fortnite does have a new Lego mode.
It does.
You showed that to me, yeah. And I'm just like, that's interesting. But you know what? I'm not gonna. I say that I have a list. I have so many movies and shows and games in my queue that'll probably remain in my queue for the remainder of my life, because I'm still, even though that I don't do nearly half of what I used to do throughout a given week, I still don't have time, because there's a child, there's family, there's sleep, there's everything. But and and our house right now is a little bit of a hospital, because I've been sick, my wife's been sick, we have a child kind of sick. It's just been it's been fun times the past few days.
Yeah.
But no, that's what I wanted to say when it came to, I mean, that creative process, that spinning the proverbial wheel, or getting those gears back in line after not doing it. It's one of the reasons why I never really slowed down the last 10 years of creating the content I wanted to create, because I knew if I did, then I wasn't gonna get back on it. There were times where I had to stop, but that was for reasons like sickness, moving, or other things like that, but my mind was always on the next thing to do. It's like, okay, I got to set up this next set and then start animating again and do it at this time. Or do this voiceover or start, editing this. There was a time period between like getting season 2 released and season 3 that I was editing and releasing season 2 and still animating season 3. So I was kind of doing 3 things at once, and that kills you a little bit. To where I had to end
but
up.
Like it's you were in that grind. You were already in that. The rhythm of, all right, I wake up, I do this, I gotta get this done, this has got to get done. Like, I have tons of projects that I just need to start. I'm not in the middle of anything. I mean, other than, I guess, a wedding video, but I'm waiting for pictures to be sent to me to finish that, but that doesn't need to be done. I feel like I need to start a Hero Escape video. It's the life of me. I need to start one. I have ideas. I mean, everybody knows my ideas, but I have one more fleshed out than the other.
We're kind of running out of time too, come March 1st,
Well, I mean, honestly, I'm not even too concerned about trying to meet a deadline with that.
Yeah.
Because I'm not prepared regardless. I don't think this community is ready to with the amount of content that I feel like it should be ready for the influx of new players. We're not ready. The information's not there. I don't think the content is there. I'm very critical over the what type of HeroScape content is out there. Just because I watch YouTube constantly, and I know what kind of content that's out there, and I strive to see the best. So.
Oh, and by the way, for those of you who are watching, because there's probably a good portion of people watching this show prep as well as the upcoming pre-show and post-show for this podcast, I've decided to just to show everybody what the backstage is a little bit about, just to release these to YouTube and to the Patreon as just being fully open, not behind any paywall, so you all can see what if you would be like a hero portion. Like there's a free membership in Patreon, which you just see the not paywall stuff, but there is also a paid membership to where these are included as well. But I decided to gonna release these ones and just show how much fun we have in talking the things that you need to hear, which is absolutely nothing to do with wargaming or HeroScape. But yeah, and so it's I guess a little less animated tonight because I am still recovering from whatever stomach bug thing I had. I'm pretty sure it was flu. I'm almost positive it was flu, and thank goodness it didn't last too long. But
if it makes you feel any better, I was showing my age of 30 this week, and I was stretching in a gymnasium at work, and I pulled something in my side, and for like 3 or 4 days I was just kind of like wobbling around because my entire side was just like in pain, and I couldn't bend and move, and so I had Ben Gay on the side, and I had to have Jill put my shoes on for me. take heaps of Advil.
That's why you need to stretch before you stretch.
Right. Literally what I was saying earlier in the week. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I want to lose weight. I want to exercise. How am I supposed to, like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, I guess I, like you said, stretch before I stretch. But, like, how do I do that without trying to kill myself? So, brother.
Yeah, it's it gets downhill from here.
Yeah. So, 14-year-old brain, 30-year-old body, you know. Can I transfer my brain to a new machine to live longer, not feel pain as much.
I don't think we're at that level yet as a human race. No,
I can't become a living siege and just be a soulless knight of sheet of armor.
If only, but you know, the flesh and blood thing has its benefits, you know. So.
Yeah, so we're doing meme review. Obviously, on my schedule, I have clocked out all of the meat and potatoes. Am I just making one slot that just says meme review, and it's like 50 minutes long?
Well, and here I have about 90 some memes to show.
90? Are they on the Oh, you don't have a... Oh, you don't? I thought you did. Was it just me? I thought you had on the Discord like a meme section that we can just post memes. That would be so much easier.
I did, and some people did some things, and I got those, but I also like looked at things from...
Oh, you do? Okay, I see it.
Yeah.
It's not just memes. It's just HeroScape memes for ToV. Okay, I see it.
Yeah. I've pulled from that. I've pulled from the memes and Grep posting from the HeroScapers Discord. I've pulled from Instagram. I've pulled from Facebook. So, and I've kept an eye out all year, and so I've compiled about 90.
Nice.
That are pretty fun. Yeah,
nice. Fun. I really, next year I definitely want to get into the ring and start coming up with stuff. I gotta look at some of the formats. I'm so out of the loop on what's a funny format, or even just look at the old formats. You know. And
some Wizards of the Coast memes might have been slipped in there as well, just because
it's all relevant. It's all relevant. It's fine.
It's gonna be a fun night. I would say, yeah. There's I do want to announce a contest, and I'm not exactly sure when this backstage video is going to be released, but I'll announce a contest because the next ToV podcast, so that'll be ToV podcast number 45, will be January 7th, I believe. And so we'll have
a new calendar.
We'll have a few weeks. Yeah, that's another thing. Yep. So we'll have a few weeks of kind of a break, and then back at it January 7th. But on January 7th, we'll spin the wheel, and so this is another bonus for those of you who are going to become. Who want to become Patreon supporters. If you become like paid Patreon supporters, and the hero tier, it's a pretty basic, standard tier. Most people, if they want to, they can, they can support our channel and not break your bank. But I understand there are people very, very broken there, myself included. I get it. So, but if you can, putting your name in that tier gives you an automatic entry into any contest we do. You don't have to leave a comment. You don't have to do anything instructed. Your name will be in there. And if you so choose to put your name in a contest, then you'll have your name in twice for the contest. So you'll double your chances of winning a contest if you do so. So the ToV Backstage plus the contest perk, I'd say it's a pretty good value for what you get starting out, for Patreon, as we figure out what to do with Patreon as we go further into the future. But yes, so for the contest that I'm going to announce, I'm going to be giving away Maro Nids, because I have plenty. I'm not just going to give away one squad of Maro Nids, though. I'm not just going to give away 2. I'm going to give away 3 squads of Maro Nids. So anybody, and I mean altogether, like I'm going to give a person 3 squads of Maro Nids. So that way, a person...
The max amount of Nids you would need for a tournament.
Exactly.
And not be me and have 4 because I'm a psycho.
And these Maro Nids, I plan to base them in HeroScape like bases. So it's not those, like dark bases that they come in from whatever game they were in. But you'll have HeroScape. They'll be based in HeroScape 3D printed bases as well. So that's
nice.
Yeah. So I think that's a nice little prize. And if none of you are in C3V, that's okay. We'll have contest entries in the future that will have classic.
A great introduction to C3V, because I think it's one of the best.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think it's a great, and plus, I mean, it is C3V, so you can use those in tournament in tournaments that allow them. So which
should be all of them at this point.
Yeah, and I've even, I mean, and they're really high value. I mean, 1, let alone 3. Try and find those on eBay. Less than like $60.
Yeah.
So
that is the only problem. That's definitely one of the downfalls to the VC units. Is the fact that they're getting more expensive, and it's only pushing the idea that the community needs to be more open to 3D printing, and and I feel like too at that point too, people need to open up their own shops to sell their 3D prints of painted figures. They'd make bank.
I think RogueScaper really. I mean, I think it could do well, especially with NGC. If NGC starts becoming a little bit more mainstream on the tournament level, that could be
I feel like that's going to be hard, but I want to see them. They're
just getting started, though. They're just getting started.
And I think units need to be modified, a little bit more for that to happen. I don't think they're fully polished.
Even the ones they released, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love what they're doing. By all means, keep doing it. But I'm still bugged about the one unit, and I think there was a unit in the other release that I wasn't like. I feel like this could be worded better. I feel like this is, it's really the wording that I'm having an issue with. Design wise, is perfect for HeroScape. Everything, like the website is perfect. The way they design the cards, the way they market themselves, everything is perfect. Top notch, HeroScape content. Love it. I am enthralled by it all. But that's why I think I want to strive myself to learn more about the card creating process so I can actually have better feedback other than this doesn't sound right for me. This doesn't work for me because my tiny brain doesn't understand.
Did Aces approve them though? I think Aces cleared them, right?
I don't know about that. I want to say no.
I'll have to double check.
I was gonna be doing research on that because it's Aces, NGC, and a few other things is gonna be part of my next video because I want to talk about acronyms within the HeroScape community. Everything's an acronym.
ToV.
Everything you're gonna be going through the website and going, what the heck is ROTV? What do you mean? What is that? Why are there so many 3 acronyms? VC? What are you talking about? And so I feel like for any introduction to anyone coming into this mad world that we have, people need to know what we're talking about.
It's a mad world.
Because I noticed that when I go to events, even AOA, they don't know what I'm talking about. I don't blame them, but they don't know. So I'm compiling a list, and I'm not sure if I want to do like a part 1, part 2 thing. Should I just do like 15 acronyms and just go over all of them? I don't want to overload people either.
Gonna find out who's naughty or nice. JoeCrazy's gonna explain the acronyms. Okay.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
It was. I'm gonna rate it a 6 out of 10.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I mean, off the cuff, by the way, for these backstage shows, we usually speak pretty candidly. I think we're gonna softball these, although I know I know this Sunday it's not going to be softball. I'm going to release it to the public, but it's definitely not going to be a softball. Or I might release it publicly just on Patreon, and you have to watch it there. It'll probably still remain unlisted on YouTube, but it'll be basically public on Patreon. Because Sunday we're gonna have probably some rowdy people.
Rowdy people.
Rowdy.
Does that mean we're having Austin on?
Now, why? Just because I say rowdy people, generalizing. Yes, it is. But why would you say he possibly will show up? It's a maybe.
If I had to look up a D&D, what do they call it? What is the table? I forgot what the table's called. D&D table. I'm looking up. D&D table. Personality? No. I can't think of it.
You mean role-playing game?
Yeah.
Because he's more into talking about role-playing games.
Alignment. The alignment chart.
Oh, okay. No idea.
Yeah, he is definitely, I want to say chaotic neutral. That's their buddy Austin.
I understood that. So
yeah.
Well, you know what? If he wants to swear like a sailor during these backstages, he is quite welcome to, because there's. I'd be like, dude, just get it out before and get it out after, and it's all good.
Ooh, honestly,
and that actually might make him
that'd be kind of great.
Come on even more.
He mutes all of us. Okay, and he's like.
This is the non-beeping backstage, to where you can be as candid as you want. He'll love that. Actually, I might want to I haven't even told him that we have a backstage now, so I'll probably write that to him when I confirm with him if he's going to be here on the Sunday.
Yeah. What is the current list?
Current list. Well, like I said, I have to confirm everybody. But...
Sure. That's what I'm saying. Like, so who is invited? Obviously, everyone is, but who.
Everyone, and some people I haven't even, I might think, maybe I need to reach out to them too, but
yeah,
I do also know that we have a 25 max, I think, for the Discord chat. So
there's no way we're gonna have even close to double digits. There's no way.
No, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, I'm actually
that's the whole community.
I did it for the 17th. I'm glad I did it for the 17th. And not the here. Hold on a second. Where is it?
Even you're invited.
Actually, I have my name up there too. Yeah. Oh, hold on a second. Okay, there it is. Okay, so confirmations. Okay, Tommy Adams is a maybe. DeRoche is a maybe. Sir Heroescape is a no. Rye Guy is a no. Will Genuinely Synthetic or Will Doggin Days. He's a yes.
Cool.
Mike is a maybe.
I'm sure he'll make a surprise appearance. That would be my bet.
Yeah, he's welcome to. And I've told people if you only have time to spend a little bit of time with us and then hop in, hop out, that's fine too. Devin Martin, you don't know Devin. He is. Let me try and find his YouTube channel. I met him through our Source friends from Adventure Together Games, and he's looking at Source, and he also loves Heroescape too. And I thought, I kind of need to. And he has his own YouTube channel on tabletop gaming and such. Here, let me see if I can find it real quick.
Why does that sound familiar? Why do I feel like I've seen that before?
Is it Board Game Hype? Yeah, it's Board Game Hype. Is his YouTube channel. Cool. He hasn't been with us on the podcast before, but he likes what we do, and so I'm like, well, hey, why don't you come on and have some fun with us? So he is a yes. And so Tabletop Bro, aka Austin, aka how'd you put it again?
Oh, chaotic neutral.
Mr. Chaotic Neutral. Actually, we got to pen that. I'm gonna write.
He might disagree with me. I don't know. We'll see.
chaotic neutral, you said?
Yeah, neutral.
Okay. Interesting. Is a maybe. Mr. Carl, or Colorful Carl, my inside guy to possibly getting some help with video editing in the future, who owns Epic Made, is a maybe. Just depends on whether or not he finishes work. Lex is a yes. Cody is a yes. Even though he has taken a break from the internet, he said this will be an exception.
I laugh at that. I laugh at that so much. He's like, yeah, I'm taking a break. I'm doing this. And like, in the year that Heroescape's coming back.
Well, just for December. He said just for December, and then
oh, for the month.
Yeah, just for the month.
That's more fair.
Right.
I was under the impression that it was like longer.
My buddy Joey Ranieri is a maybe if he has time off work, and if he's not sleeping. My buddy Sean, who AKA Sergeant Drake Alexander, and then Jason is good. You're good. Myself is good. Jeremy should be good, and I believe Josiah Roguescaper is good. So that is who I have so far. And I don't know. I might throw a line to some of the source people as well. And see if they want to hop on, even for a little bit. They're welcome to as well. But yes, and I might think of maybe one or two other people, but yeah, that's who I've invited so far. Oh, excuse me. So we're gonna have a party.
Solid lineup.
And say for like this too. I mean, I don't drink, but do we want to have a drinking game? I don't know if we want to do that or not.
I mean, my doctor's appointment would be on Friday, and I'm hoping to have my blood work done by then, so I should be okay.
Yeah, I mean, I just drink more energy drinks, so I'll be more spiked, like spiked up.
Yeah. And here, I'll show you this. I got this. I've been trying to try this.
What do we got? Oh, do you have a VR? Or no?
No.
What is this?
It's a cocktail mixer.
Oh, look at you. Okay.
I went to a Christmas party 2 weeks ago now.
Did you do White Elephant? Is it called White Elephant, right?
I don't know. We just call it the game gift, but yeah, pretty much what it is. Everyone brings a gift, puts it on a table. They get tickets,
right,
and everyone comes up, grabs a gift,
right, and you got to play your way through it. Yep. Yeah. White Elephant. Yep. Yeah.
So yeah, I've been meaning to use it, but I'm like, I think I'll crack it open after my doctor's appointment.
Yeah. So yeah, okay. Add that. And actually, one thing you want to do, because I'd rather address these for anybody who might be listening on Spotify, so they get something that I might want to listen to at the very beginning. How about we do YouTube comments from the previous podcast at the very beginning, at the start?
Okay.
So that way, if people want to talk about it, they can talk about it. Whatever we talked about last time, which is basically Renegade. So people have their chance to speak on it if they want, whatever comments are brought up.
I almost feel like moving forward, that sounds like almost like a better idea. Doing comments before the main topic, just so it's like you're coming into it and we're already talking about last week's episode. And it's kind of still fresh. So Agreed. Yeah, no. Agreed. Now that you bring that up, I like that.
Agreed. Okay.
So let me switch that around.
in the future, that's what we'll do. Okay, see, everybody, this is what you miss if you don't invest in the backstage episodes, because it's just this one free, and then and then become a Patreon supporter if you can. All right.
I want to move it. I don't want to.
Anyway, one thing I want to say too, for films this week, my son's been watching a few animated stuff that he usually watches, but I sat him down. I mean, he's 5, so he appreciated this, but I sat him down to watch How to Train Your Dragon.
Okay.
And because he hadn't seen that one before, and I mean, my wife likes it, I like it, and so I really like it. I mean, the score is so good. It's too good to just be in a kid's animated feature. It's just
Sure.
it's that good. But no, he kept his attention the whole time with it. So I think
That's good.
He liked it.
That's impressive.
Yeah. And so I'll probably get like just the DVDs of, I think there's 3 films. I'll just get the DVDs of them sometime, so that way we have them. And then I also watched personally, for the first time, I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yo, let's go.
Yeah.
Initial thoughts. Let's hear it.
Well, I did cry near the end.
At what point? Can you tell me? Try to remember exactly like what point. Was it like maybe during the rocks?
It was around that point. Yeah, it was a point to
Okay.
where she was trying to reach her daughter, and also, I mean, when the husband, I mean, the actor, I mean, and he plays Short Round in Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. And
Yeah.
and I'm sorry, I forget his name. But he's a good actor, and he did a great job.
Fantastic.
In this. Yeah, just absolutely. And really, I mean, to have that, I mean, many people, when they think about masculinity, they don't think of it in that sense, of being kind, and I think, I mean, yes, masculinity has to do with strength, it has to do with toughness, but it also has to do with kindness as well. It's a balance, and some men are like what he is, and they're still strong. They're still very strong. So yeah, I really liked that part on it. I liked the emphasis on valuing relationships. The whole sci-fi aspect of it was very interesting. I mean, there were some very weird moments. The hot dog fingers were very kind of like out there.
I mean, the action sequences as well.
Yeah, very well.
Are fantastic in this.
Yeah.
But I find it extremely funny when you're like, like this movie, like, made me cry, because it made me cry. And it's like a movie with some of the scenes that will not be named right now.
Right.
Just for the fact of spoilers.
Right.
And that is how I'm going to phrase that. And I think you know what I'm talking about.
Oh dear.
Like that, a movie with those action sequences, and it's just, I mean, it's just characters. It just proves that character-driven stuff is the best thing ever.
Oh yeah.
It's not. It's a movie that does have a very elaborate, overarching like lore to it. Explaining how the time travel works, and how why are they touching their ear, and
they did it, and you understood it at the end of the film. You understood why they did what they had to do in order to acquire things. I'm being vague for a reason.
Right.
And it was very, very. I mean, I will say this. I don't think it's a movie that I would watch like repeatedly over and over and over again. You know, it wasn't
No, not right after each other, but I will say on a second viewing, it was like 10 times better. But then again,
right.
I went with Glenn and Michaela, and we were like, Glenn was like, he texted me and said, "Hey, we're going to the movies tonight. We can either go see." I forgot what the other option was. I have to ask him. But there was like there was like 2 movie options, and it was either this or something else. And I was like, to me, I was like, honestly, everything, everywhere, all at once. The title, and I had that point, I had not seen many of the trailers. I didn't see much of the trailers.
Trailer. I've heard it was good.
And I was like, based on the title, I think this sounds way more interesting than the other title. And he was like, okay, let's go do that. And I think it was the best decision I had made that year, because we went in there laughing so hard that we were crying, to the fact that we were crying hard over the fact of the character stuff.
And
that's movie of the year.
In the movie, there are diverse characters in it where it might make some people of some stances uncomfortable. Yeah, I get that. But this is a movie that I don't mind showing diverse characters if it's not preaching diverse characters. The characters are just in the story, and the story goes along, and that's what's driving the narrative, you know.
That is the one thing that I really appreciated. It wasn't preaching anything.
Right.
It wasn't like, you gotta accept this and you gotta do that and this is how you should believe and feel.
Right.
No, not at all. Like, it was just straight up, this is the characters, this is about them.
It's there's a lot of subject matter, you know, in it, and some of it I might not agree with, but it still was very well written, and the cinematography was amazing, and it was very, very well done. I was like I said, just I love it when they can get relationships, even with the IRS worker, you know.
Oh my God.
They have that connection with the characters, you know, even in different universes. Just very, it's very, very interesting. It's very touching, and and that overall theme of just being kind, you know. I mean, even though you might have to kick a person's butt, still be kind. And I like the line when she says, you know, okay, I'm gonna fight the way you fight now. You know, and when he says, "This is how I fight," and it actually kind of inspired me for things that I might do for Tales of the Void, you know, in the future. I mean, not plagiarizing or anything, but, you know, just I got some inspiration, you know, for that. So
you gotta put googly eyes and everything.
that was a cool thing too, you know.
That was sad because it wasn't blatantly there. It was just like you're some of the beginning scenes, and you're just looking at him like, why are there googly eyes on everything? They're just like in the background. You're just like on all the laundry. It's just googly eyes. Great set dressing. Yeah, I love the sets were fantastic.
Oh my gosh, you know, and I understand what it takes, even for like, because sometimes you're seeing like a universe and it's just a frame. You know, and you still have to put all that amount of detail into that frame, and that takes, for just that frame, probably a day, 2 days, just for that frame. That's when you know you're doing a good job, you know. Working on a film,
like all the different costume changes they had to do just to make a joke work. The dedication, I love it.
So I mean, that was, I mean, really good. I mean, if I would have, I mean, because that was released last year, that probably would have been my movie of the year last year, you know. I said I don't frequent theaters much, not because I can't, but because family stuff. It's hard to do.
Yeah.
But I also heard that there's a movie Godzilla -1. I've heard that's really good. Even if you're not into Godzilla or anything, it's again another and I think it has characters who are again diverse. Might be diverse culturally, but it's still a good story that you care about the characters. So I'll probably end up seeing that again on streaming. But I've heard it's really good. So.
Yeah, Glenn saw that when it came out. He said it was really, really good. I'm not rushing to go see it, but I am. It is going to be a good year for Godzilla fans.
Yeah,
because I saw that the brand spanking new Godzilla trailer. Continuation of the Kong, Godzilla and Kong stuff. Once again, it looks good in the most popcorn munching, bonkers experience.
Suspend disbelief? I think that's how it is. Yeah, basically that when you go into a theater,
it is almost everything we would want out of a HeroScape movie, in a sense that it is only the giants, it is only dragons, and why don't we have a Kong-like character? Where's that at? We don't have if you look at a lot of the HeroScape characters, and they're exactly it, right? Like, we have Gorillinators, but they're not that. To me, it's more like Planet of the Apes than King Kong.
Yeah, we need a big
we need a giant
or
representation.
We have the Quasatch, we have the Zute. Why not something that's really big,
huge?
That would be cool. Yeah, I still think my first what's the comic book line, HeroScape line? What's that called again? We interviewed them, we didn't interview them. I'm sorry, WhoScape interviewed them, and I listened to I Am Batman. WhoScape.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. Yeah. About the C3G.
Yeah, C3G.
Yeah. Oh, I have to write that one down.
Yeah, and
here's my phone.
I looked up some of the stats, and they do have a Godzilla type one, and I'm just I was reading the stat, I'm ooh, I want that.
Right, yeah.
And so I already downloaded the card. Now I just got to find a miniature, for it, which
the C3G is essentially, lack of a better terms, the Fortnite of HeroScape, where it has everything of, we got the Iron Man, we got the Batman, we got the Godzilla, we got the Alien and Predator. I'm sure it's got all of it,
Right. But yeah, let's see here. What do we got here? Just okay.
Yeah. So what am I at with my list here? I write down RTV as if that was the only acronym, but I know essentially that is opening a can of worms for all of the other expansions and master sets that we abbreviate. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 acronyms listed.
Okay, let me look at this. Okay, introductions, comments, me review, final thoughts. Okay.
Then again, ToV and Casters of Valhalla is also on that list. Of acronyms. But then again, I also don't want to encourage future HeroScape YouTubers to make it an acronym so I can cover it, or encourage them to add Valhalla to somewhere in their name.
No, that's me. Actually, primarily.
I know, but I'm saying future. You didn't know, right? You were like, "Oh, I'm gonna be the only one."
Oh, I had no idea. Actually, at the very beginning, I was encouraging people to do their own stuff too.
I know, but not call it something in Valhalla or something of Valhalla.
Whatever, just as long as it's not the same thing. No, I was looking. You might,
Valhalla Tales.
because we'll be doing memes to midnight, and so we definitely won't be ending at 11:30. So final thoughts will be
True.
like from 12 to 12:30, basically. Just so you know. But besides that,
Unless you want me to
schedule is fine.
expand the meme review.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So we'll make it 9. No, what's the next? Adding, 90. Make that 90. And that would bring us to 11:30. Time 1 30 minutes. And then add that to make that 12. Bingo. Any other notes?
Any other notes on the
Do we need like a
schedule?
link to anything else?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. Boy.
I don't think if there's any other movies or shows that I'm like. I know I've been trying to find like a new show to watch. I started watching House, like a month ago or two, and I'm enjoying it, but I can't watch it all the time. There are scenes. I usually watch content while I eat, and it's
you've
really difficult.
You've seen One Piece, right? So
Yeah, I've already watched One Piece. Yeah.
Don't you like the song
not
at the last episode?
The live action One Piece, to be very specific.
No, have you seen the live action One Piece? That's what I'm asking.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I know. I want to be very specific to everyone else. That when I say I've watched One Piece, doesn't mean that I've watched 1,000 episodes of the animated series.
That will take some time.
I'm not a hardcore person like that. That is not how I do.
I'm off and on the animated One Piece, but I will say, like, for my show of the year is definitely One Piece. The live action. I mean, I still listen to that ending theme song at the last episode. You know, that they have at the end credits of the last episode for that.
I guess I have to listen to it again.
It's
because
I
don't.
So good. I like it.
Were there lyrics?
Yeah.
Oh.
Here, actually, here I have them.
I have to listen to it again because it doesn't seem that memorable for me.
Oh my goodness, where is it? Hold on a second. Here, hold on. My sales are set.
But I guess for me, it's like my major content right now has been YouTube, you know, and just like catching up on gaming news.
Let's see here. Hold on. Okay, I'm copying to you so you can just have the video there, and boom. Yeah, my sales are set, and the singer who does it is really good. I mean, and I think it's focusing on the character of, oh my goodness, don't kill me, don't kill me,
Naomi
and anime nerds, Nami.
Nami.
Yeah.
I was close enough.
Yeah. And yeah, no, I love it. I love it a lot. It gains me inspiration. Okay, 11:30 to midnight. Okay, whatever. We're gonna go over midnight, so it's fine. It's fine. You know, all these are a guideline anyway. You know, they're not.
Yeah. It's a suggestion. It is pretty much the age in a Lego box. You know, it's just a suggestion.
See, okay, everybody there who's watching this on the screen, okay, you see this here? Okay, these are more like guidelines than actual rules.
it's not a very strict schedule.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, this is what we cover.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it is.
Exactly. But yeah, I know that come I think in a week or two they have Rebel Moon, I think, on Netflix is coming out. I've heard things about that.
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure on it, but I've
no, I don't think a lot of people are.
I have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see, because I know that the props that they used for Rebel Moon were used for Star Wars, like recent, like Disney Star Wars. So
yeah,
it'll be that'll be interesting to see. So, but yeah,
right.
Yeah.
The next piece in the Zack Snyderverse. I mean, like, I'm excited because the news surrounding the show and how people are going to react to it are going to be fantastic.
Yeah, well, yeah, see, good or ill, yeah, that'll be something.
That's so, and I do love the debate because of like, does Netflix produce good content or not? Because part of me is like, yes,
they're like hit or miss.
They do.
They're like hit or miss sometimes.
But it's like anything else on that comes out these days. It's all hit and miss. Everyone's rolling the dice and trying to see what they can do,
or what they can do, somewhat they can get away with.
Yeah, that too.
But yeah, I mean, I just look forward to making my own stuff soon, again, because I like doing that, as much as I like Aeroscape, as much as I like miniature war gaming, I love visual storytelling. I just love it. Otherwise, I would have practically killed myself doing it the past 10 years.
Facts. Facts. You are the definition of doing something that you love.
I'm really not seeing a dime, but that didn't matter.
It's not like,
I mean, seriously, it's like I'd have these thoughts in my head, and I don't get too deep in it, but I'd have these thoughts in my head, like every month went by, I'd be like, okay, is this the month I'm gonna die? And how much can I get done before it happens? Still here though, so thank God. And we'll see. I'll just keep on seeing how far this rabbit hole is gonna take me. I think there's a lot more people in my boat now that are just gonna be like, no.
You're not allowed to die. You need to make this now.
This is unacceptable.
This is your life now.
Yeah, I got a lot more to do, and I mean, I'm even like, when it comes to even seasons 1, 2, or 3 of Tales of Ahad, there's still some things I want to do with it. So next year,
we'll be
working on some stuff, kind of promoting those seasons a little bit more, and making, because it's like, I think some of the most viewed content I have on my channel are the battle scenes of the beginning battle scenes of season 2, just edited in their own segmented video. And so I'm going to do that with the other battle scenes throughout the seasons, so that way it's just like, okay, you can watch this. If you want to see the whole story, go here, but if you want to just enjoy the battle scenes, just watch it here. Boom. Yeah. So, and if you want more, go to the Patreon.
Yeah. Fund it.
Yeah.
Fund it.
Although you'd be surprised, like, a lot of people subscribe to the channel just because they're not interested in that. They like listening to the podcast as well. So the podcast has become kind of its own thing a little bit. It's developed.
Well, yeah, I mean, because they wanna listen to our opinions on things. Mm-hmm. They probably listen and watch a lot of our individual content. Mm-hmm. And they want to get our opinions on things and see what's new with us, what's new with the community. Have you seen, when you look at the individual segments that you post, have you noticed a popular topic? Are people watching specifically for the journals? Are people looking for just the comments?
Well, I mean, I usually don't do comment segments.
Oh, okay.
And
But even so.
I've done those, and they're not really that great. But no, I think a majority of people like watching, or the comments I get majorly are from the squads and heroes segments, and I mean, and I figured those are pretty genius anyway, because that gets people talking about just that individual unit, whether it's stats or lore or whatever, and so you get a good idea of that classic scape and eventually that custom scape or whatever. It's gonna be a lot of fun next year formatting that.
Yeah, and I think that brings up a good point. When it comes to character development, we were talking about with everything everywhere all at once. It's all about the characters. Well, guess what? Same goes for HeroScape. Talking about the lore, their world, where they came from, where they're going, and what do they do on the battlefield? What's the gameplay mechanic? What is the strategy? What other units do they pair up with? People want to know that knowledge. It makes the game experience better, regardless if you now know that the dragons are kings of their own world and they're not just like peasants or something. Like they're all kings and queens, and it's a whole rigmarole.
And that is not behind a paywall. So anybody who wants to watch it, it's what we've done so far is all on a playlist, on Tales of Hell YouTube channel. So that's always meant to be free. That's meant to be.
Seems like maybe we should just wrap up on those journals, just so we can do more speed runs through the characters. We'll talk about the characters more.
We'll probably talk more on that next year, but yeah, we'll.
Yeah. But that's why I asked, because I say if we're gonna try to shorten the podcast a bit or limit the segments, let's find out which segments are working or not.
Right. Well, I mean, I just want to do. I mean, even though the journals might not be as popular, I still want to do them so people can have like this, one-stop shop to be like, okay, what is this universe about?
I mean, then again, even though I 100% agree with you, then again, either I'm going to do it next year or Jeremy better get his work and do it, because there needs to be one video explaining the story of HeroScape lore. Even if it's a half hour long, just one video that just gives me the full story, Spark Notes it, just so people can understand what's happening, where we're at Age of Annihilation. That's all we need.
And eventually, what I might do too, when it comes to like Thormund's journal lore, once we get all the main Thormund's journal stuff done, I might put all those segments together and then put that on Spotify, just so a person has that
absolutely
entire stretch to listen to. So yeah, that's a thought, that's an idea. So yeah, I guess there's goals that I need to start making for next year, when it comes to completing that and getting into more of Classic Scape, because we're going to have more like official AOA Scape starting March 1st next year. So I got to start thinking about that. Wow,
exciting.
Yeah, there's a lot to do and no money to do it with, but you know what?
Do you, real talk, are you like nervous at all?
Like, what do you mean?
Like with because they haven't really given us any facts about if they're changing anything with AOA or what, or have they modified anything, even design wise.
I have a feeling they have.
Are they keeping everything the same? Like,
I don't,
because like obviously I loved everything that Avalon did, and I wouldn't want Renegade to look and go, nah, we're gonna change a bunch of stuff. Like these walls, not gonna look like that. These trees, not gonna look like that. I don't think they have time to do that, but
I don't know. I don't think. I mean, if they want to change and make it their own, that is entirely up to them. I don't think it's going to make or break me personally. I mean, I understand anybody else's concern, but for me personally,
it's not. I'm not trying to say it as like, well, I guess if they change how oh my god, I can't think of the Morrow guy. You know, like, oh, we're not gonna have him use this power anymore, and this is not gonna work the way we want it to. You know, it's not gonna be like, well, I guess I'm not funding this. No, yeah, regardless, I'm gonna be buying stuff. But it was just like the fact that we didn't know that HeroScape was gonna come back, and it was that initial like HeroScape's coming back, and here's a teaser trailer, a visual thing, and it was that huge excitement for it. And now it's like all talk. Oh yeah, you're gonna get it. Oh yeah, you're gonna get it. We're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. I'm like, okay, well, show us to it. Oh, we can't show you. Okay, why? Yeah, we don't want to. Okay, can you tell us a bit more information? No. It just eeks me. It's like now it's like I'm worried. Now I'm concerned. I just don't want to feel that way.
I mean, I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's March is gonna come here in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I'll be 31, and maybe my opinion will change.
Yeah,
I'll be an older and wiser man in the next couple months.
I mean, I don't think I'll be disappointed by anything. I could be wrong, but I
don't want to feel that way. I don't want to live stream, something and go over this and go,
oh, this sucks, or something.
I don't. Started crying on the stream because they ruined it all. They ruined my hopes.
I hope though that the first wave that they release something, I hope it is one of the OG HeroScape characters that Avalon Hill was planning to release in the stretch goals. I hope they're going to be releasing one of them. That is my one thing. I hope at least just one.
I will pray for you.
Yeah.
I will pray for you.
That might disappoint me.
I don't think that's the case. I will pray for you.
But you know what? They're able to. They could.
I want Q11 too, Ryan. I do want Evil Raylan. Yes, I do. I do want grappling hook Sergeant Drake Alexander. Yeah, I want jetpack Sergeant Drake.
I'd even take Shiori,
Yeah, and even Shiori. But I think what's important is I don't want them to put that out as the front runner, and everyone's like, yeah, they're bringing classic HeroScape back, and this is how we're going to sell things because people only like nostalgia of like the old stuff.
No, but at the same way, it's a good way to connect,
sure,
the old from the new. So not
of course.
More like, this is in here, so buy it, but more like, this is in here to recognize what this has been and now where it's going. And there's still all these other miniatures though here that are unique and original. So
I'm curious on how they are going to package things. Truly,
I just can't wait. I can't wait.
Because I feel like there's way too much, and I know they're not putting stuff in one box, but I feel like there's not enough of, like, unless you're doing, let's say, like my ideal master set is the same terrain that we were gonna get in AOA, include the walls, tree, bushes, trees, that sort of stuff, the tiles. But if you're gonna give us two factions, give us the rodents and the robot acclamation things. Oh my god, I can't think of their names now, but because they came from the same planet. So like have them come and fight. Their war was on whatever planet, and then they come to Valhalla and their fight is still going on. Like that's the story.
For sure.
I feel like do something like that. Unless you just say, here's all the pirates. and here's the set.
You know, I wouldn't mind if it wasn't main character, then at least the Morrow Pirate. If the Morrow Pirate is included,
we'll have the Morrow
okay,
Pirate.
I'm good. I'm good with that. Absolutely. I can wait for Evil Raylan. You know, Morrow Pirate.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I'll be satisfied. But yeah, okay. Well, I mean, we are an hour and 6 minutes into this backstage, so not bad. Not bad for really not having much anything to talk about.
It's the ideal length for your podcast.
Yeah, not bad for a backstage. I mean, usually probably the backstages will be a tad bit shorter, but I guess this just shows how long the backstage is for this coming Sunday's podcast will probably be. It will probably be kind of a little more lengthier. We'll see.
I honestly don't even mind the idea, Ryan, that yes, we will work on the schedule, but this becoming just, you know, either it's a half hour or 40 minutes or an hour of us just casually catching up and talking about movies, games, and Heroes Gate.
It's for people who want to enjoy listening to us banter, you know, candidly. That's fun, you know,
because I think we do a really good job with that, and honestly, in the future, I would love to make my own podcast, but it's it's very casual, you know, and have you on, and have other people on talking about that kind of stuff, because I think talking candidly like this is just so refreshing. It's nice.
As long as there's things in our head, you know, if it's just like mind's blank, then
we know to talk.
Blank. Yeah.
We get it. Are there times where it's like completely silence? Yeah, but not as often. Like that. Oh, real quick. Here's a thing. I know you don't listen to too many podcasts, but when you watch content, and you're probably gonna disagree with me. I just find it weird. I was in the car with Jill the other day, and we were listening to a podcast that she was listening to. And I'm listening to it, and I'm like, why do I feel like I'm hyperventilating? Like, and like things seem a bit fast. And I'm like, Jill, are you listening to this on like an uptick on speed?
I think I know where you're going.
And she's like, yeah, like I have it on a 1.5 times speed. I'm like, why? I could barely understand. Like I'm on the verge of like understanding, because some of the people on the podcast do speak really fast.
Sure.
And so then you're speeding that up, and I'm like, I feel like I'm hyperventilating. Like I'm like trying to catch up. There's no time to breathe. Some jokes may just be the silence of it. Someone might say, "Well, that's stupid," and then everyone starts laughing.
Well, yeah, I know. I think maybe people fall into a pocket of listening to it regularly and listening to it faster, you know?
Right. They want to get through the content faster. Right. They want to get there is so much content out there. They want to suck it in, you know, faster.
Right.
But
I'm in the pocket where I just listen to it regular speed. Or, you know, some people even watch content, you know, like at a faster speed, like visual content.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, whatever floats your boat, but I mean, no, I just like regular.
If any of you at home listen to content faster, let us know. I'm curious.
Yeah,
I'm curious. I don't know if people can comment on Patreon videos.
Well, this one I'll make this one publicly available. Like the Sundays, it will still be publicly available, but probably unlisted, and so you have to go to Patreon to view it. But it'll still be available to public. It won't be behind a paywall.
Oh, I see what you mean. This is like the playtest video. This is like the this will go live on the channel. This is kind of like
the show
little taste.
Yeah. Basically, this will be the one to be like, okay, I'll post this on YouTube. I'll make it available on YouTube. Rest will be unlisted, but this will also be on Patreon for people to view generally. And then the pre and post show for this Sunday, since it will be probably a lot more tabletop bro.
It's the tabletop bro show.
I will. I'll have that unlisted, but people will still be able to access it for free on Patreon.
I'll make sure I pregame so I can compete with him on the chaotic neutralness.
Yeah. So yeah, again, we gotta come up with drinking games too, I guess. I'll
I
probably
don't know
just,
what you would be.
yeah, I have no idea either. We'll probably just make it up as we go.
Taking a jab at major game companies. Take a shot.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But
Every time Austin curses, take a shot.
not during the podcast itself, though. Or every time he wants to and doesn't. I don't know. I'll think about it.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, I think we should shut down because we don't want this to run a little too long.
Wrap it up.
Yeah, gotta
wrap it up.
Yeah, wrap it up. So yeah, so everybody, this is what these pre-show, ToV backstage meetings are usually all about with me and Joe. They could take 20 minutes. They could take like this time an hour. It's just us planning the next podcast and basically just talking about whatever we're talking about for this backstage. I hope you find it interesting. If you want to comment, feel free to comment it, whether you're watching this on Patreon or YouTube. Give your thoughts, and if you can support us on Patreon, then please do. If you want to support us for free on Patreon, you can as well. Or if you just simply, I don't want to do Patreon, I still thank you for your subscriptions, for your likes and your comments, as always, throughout the years on YouTube. So yes, again, thanks to all everyone for the support, and all those of you on Patreon for making ToV Live and ToV Backstage possible. All right.
Thank you, Ryan, and thank you for the community for being so wonderful. Keep being wonderful.
Okay. Technically, I would have cut it off, and I ended it by like that, so I'm going to keep that. Okay, now we're done. Later.